You're on.
Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
To the republic for which it stands.
John, why don't you please hand out whatever you want to hand us? Chief, can you give Justin a call?
I
Yes.
texted him too.
I did too.
I got to. Oh, yeah, this.
I'll take it. I'll take these.
I'll bring one to you. Okay.
First thing on our agenda is getting an update from Sean Frame from Humboldt Brewer. He's going to provide us with a update on where we stand from phase two. In attendance is trustee Solochuk and myself. Trustee Gray is on her way. Trustee Brown has an excused absence. Trustee. You want to just give it a kick to start here?
Sure. So, good evening. First things in your package is meeting minutes. So there's quite a bit here. But I have meeting minutes attached from February 3rd, January 20th, January 6th, December 23rd. Are all in the package. We have been maintaining bi-weekly meetings. All of the contractors have been attending. And attached are all the meeting minutes, and if you have questions, certainly feel free to send me an email. Next in your package is schedule overview. And so this package was prepared originally in January.
Sean,
Yeah.
would you mind just giving just a few minutes of what we do with the.
So at the project meetings, we review first that we have an agenda that we follow. The first item of business is RFIs or request for information. It is a formal review of all of the questions that have been asked by the contractors to the design team and what the status of those responses are. You can see typically we only have one or two that are open. Also, we review the submittal process. The submittal process is where the contractors will submit to Huber Brewer for review and then to the architect product data for items they intend to install into the building. The architect reviews those to make sure that it's meeting the contract requirements. We also review change order requests at this time. So any contractor that feels there has been a scope change in their contract, they would provide a formal change order request to Huber Brewer. I review those, and then I review them with the owner, and summary of that will be following in this meeting under our construction contingency format. Deficiencies, we have Tommy, who has been providing inspections from a village code enforcement perspective throughout the project. He comes and makes sure that all of the in-wall plumbing is done correctly and that installation is being installed for the contract. And if there are problems, he would give us a letter of deficiency. I can tell you there have been no deficiencies reported as of yet. Part of the project, next we have permits. So this project includes some minor work in Mohawk Ave along the curb line. that requires a bond and a permit from DOT from New York State. The contractor has submitted that permit request probably 5 months ago. We are currently chasing the DOT to issue us that permit. The intent of that is that work will not affect the day-to-day operation of the building. The goal is to try and get that work done in late April or early May. Schedule and notable information, we're gonna go after this, after meeting this, we're going to schedule, and I'll show you what we're doing for schedule, but we review the schedule in detail every 2 weeks. Then we go on to any open items, coordination with National Grid. We review safety on the project to make sure that the project is being performed in a safe manner that meets OSHA requirements. We then deal with coordination outside of the project, things like National Grid. So for your information, National Grid has marked the spot on the sidewalk. They will be installing a new pole on the corner of Mohawk and Pembroke this week. That will be providing the main electrical service to the building. Also here, we cover our coordination with Verizon. As you know, you have equipment in the building that Verizon owns that you lease space to. And we've been working with them to coordinate temporary moves and actually turning the Verizon equipment off on the roof from time to time so that the people who were doing work on the roof could do it safely, because I guess there are some health concerns working in close proximity to that equipment that's on the roof. We have a section dedicated to the grant administration for the project. The grant administration is being performed by Labella. I can say from my perspective, they're doing an excellent job for the village of Scotia. They are right on top of what they are doing. We are currently preparing to make another submission to the funding source that will bring more funds back to the village. Maria, am I correct? We've had one disbursement to date, or two?
Just one.
Just one. But we did get this big important information. We got our disbursement in, it got through the process. We're checking the boxes. So that's good to know. The DOT we've talked about, grant administration, and then we go through, we give each contractor an opportunity to bring up whatever they think is important at the time. And we carry that under old business and new business. So that is the outline of the bi-weekly contractor meeting. And it's typically been attended by the mayor, the chief, the village clerk. George has sat in on a few of them. It's so I think overall it's been well represented from both the owner's perspective and the contractor perspective. Any questions on meetings minutes?
Great, thanks, George.
No worries. So I originally, when we come to schedule, I originally had prepared a package to review with you in January, but I think we got canceled by weather. But in your package, you're going to find two separate documents that say second floor police areas 10, 11, 12, and 13. The one on the top has, on the top right hand corner, you'll see it says 2/17/26 update. I would encourage you to review that one, because that's the one that's most up to date, right? So we broke this project down into four distinct areas. Those areas being the second floor police area that used to be your village court area. The second floor, what is now courts, that used to be fire. First floor police, which used to be village hall, and first floor village space, which used to be fire-based space. Does that make sense? So on the second floor police and along, if you dig down and past these two schedules, you see these two drawings. And these drawings relate to each of these areas in these schedules that I have given you. So right now, if we focus on each independent space, the second floor police area, as of today, what we reviewed with the contractors, you can see, we have a series of activities that were scheduled. As at the end of the day, if you were to walk that space right now, what does it look like? So all the walls are done, the paint is on the walls, the ceiling grid is in, light fixtures are in, wiring is done, HVAC units are in place. We are waiting to be able to power, we need National Grid's real power to power up the HVAC units, so we can drop the ceiling tile, put the floors in, one last coat of paint and get out. We're in fairly decent shape, second floor police side. The only thing we have not started is flooring. Yes, sir.
I have 2 first floors.
What is that issue? Hang on.
It's not an issue, just a
Yeah.
statement.
Yes.
We all do.
You all do. Okay.
Colin. Anybody know Colin?
Hang on. Big 100. Big 100. Well, isn't that sexy? I apologize. I will get
If you
it.
send it to us,
I'll send it.
I'll distribute.
It's fine. I apologize. So that's where we are on second floor police, okay? This schedule was derived on January 6th. You know, see that note on the bottom. If you go to the next page, second floor courts. So second floor courts is where your large courtroom, village meeting hall is. It's where the fire department meeting room used to be, right? You can see right now rock, tape, and finish. We're doing pretty good with all of that. We're a little bit behind on paint. But overall, you know, you can see the last thing we were talking about doing the sanding the wood floors is the last thing. We're gonna probably move that up a little bit ahead of the final paint. And right now you notice there's things like, right now we're scheduled to have flooring complete by February 13th. It's not started. That was a point of discussion today. And not, when I look at it from a construction perspective, the second floor, there's not a lot of labor left to complete those spaces. And doing the floors last and getting out will ensure that the floors look brand new when we move in and not need everybody's construction on top of them. So I'm okay, I'm gonna say right now, I feel okay with where we are on the second floor. When we go to the first floor, in the first floor area on the police side, rock, tape, and finish, we're a little behind. Painting, we're a little behind. Ceramic tiles, a little behind. There were 3 main components that were talked about in today's meeting that I see require attention. One is the completion of the windows. We're being told all the windows are now here and that all the openings have been prepared properly. And so that the windows can be installed. So I'm hoping by the end of this week, all of the windows are in the building. That's number 1. Number 2, the elevator shaft is its own little animal. They've been working on it forever. It needs to get done because we need to get the elevator installed happening towards the end of this month. I think that'll happen. The third and other important component of this is both the work that, and it's not on these schedules, is the work that is included, that is required on the front of the village entrance on Mohawk Ave and the main police entry on North Penn Rock. Nothing's been done with those canopies, those entrances. There's work to be done there. Those were the focus of our discussion regarding the schedule today. So the intent is to be substantially complete on April 1st. It might slide a few days. We are going to have owner move-in that will happen after that. With computers, furniture, all of those things, IT. But the goal is to have the building substantially complete by April 1st. I do believe there will be some sidewalk work going on out front. Who knows when the DOT is going to go to the work in the right of way won't affect your ability to do business, but that's where we are with schedule. First floor, police, I kind of went through. First floor village it's sheetrock, they're taping and finishing the aluminum storefront on Village. All the tarps are down, right? Starting to look like a building on the front of the building. But all of this, as you see, the goal is to walk out of the village offices on March the 30th, 99% complete. Questions on schedule? Okay, anything? Good. Next in your hit parade is the consumables. There's no update, there's no change to the budget summary. Job site consumables. So in your package, you'll see a report that had us through February. And now, it had us through December. The last, and the top sheet now has us through January. So at the end of the summary of it is that if you look at the sheet that has January, February, March, and April on it, looks like this. Currently with the extension of Huber Brewers general conditions, we are now on budget as of January, and we have dollars that will carry us through to the end of the project. If you look at the consumables, you'll see in that yellow highlighted area for January right now, we are $18,000 to the good for contingents, for consumables. Our temporary heat, special inspections, toilets, dumpsters, safety signage, fencing, all those things. Right now, we're $18,000 to the good. When this all plays out, I've taken a look at what I think our needs are going to be for February, March, and April. I believe at the end of the day, you're going to have about a $31,000 budget surplus for consumables. Any questions about that? Next in the hit parade is the construction contingency. So I've been working with the mayor and Maria and police chief. We have managed this summer a total of 38 change order requests. Of them, just looking here quick, like there's 3 or 4 that are voids, 5 that are voids, so about 30 change order requests. Right now, we don't have a lot dollar-wise that is not resolved. We have, about $30,000 of change orders that are not resolved right now. The rest of them have been executed. You'll see there where we are with our contingency total budget. And if you give me a couple of minutes, I've got a summary sheet that's in the back. Don't look yet. Don't look ahead. But I have a summary sheet in the back of your package that I think will make more sense to you. All right. So that's change management. If we go to the next, it's your FF&E, your fish charge, and there were 2 of them in there. So I think I've got 2 months of reports in here. Your next is your FF&E. On your FF&E, we've updated and we went through it again today. But the bottom line is we have a total of 26 items that we are tracking for you. And you can see right now that one of the only things left really that are, so anything that has a number under bid has already been purchased or procured or contract value, determined. The only things left that we are still chasing is what's in the budget column. And of all of that, the only thing really that needs to be, we've given all the dimensions to a local vendor for window treatments. We've got some office equipment that's still outstanding. We've got a few things for armory storage, police related things. We don't have that much more hanging out in FF&E. We're in pretty good shape with that. Any questions with that? Then the last sheet, which is a new sheet for you. And I fully understand how you're trying to sit here and take all of this in. It's a lot. So I did this a while ago on another job and it was well received. So we worked on it to prepare this for you for tonight. So if you look at this budget summary, your total $6 million budget can be broken down into those 6 components that you're looking at. The FF&E, we just looked at that spreadsheet, right? Contingency, we just looked at that. Consumables, utilities, we just reviewed that. So those are the 3 that are being used on a regular basis, right? But your design and construction management fees are contractually set. Your prime contractor fees, those were the original contracts that you signed with the prime contractors. You can see, we listed them below. So now you might ask, any changes made to Huber Brewer or to the contractors is carried under the contingency, right? So the prime contract value stay the same, and the contingency is where we track all of the changes. So if you look, you'll see it down below FF&E, for example, you have a project budget of 280,000. You can see what I'm projecting for a final cost and what your balance for that will be. Likewise with consumables and utilities, you have a $120,000 balance, and I'm showing you what your projected finish will be. The design and construction management will not have any change orders, and so that's a 0. Same with the prime contractors, that's a 0. We have professional services, and we've been working through that. We did not originally budget on that line item. We were going to carry it all through contingency, but we should show it here as something. So right now we're allocating a final project expense of 25,000, and then you can see our contingency fund. So, and where we think we will end with that. So at the bottom of the page, you can see where I am estimating the project final value to land is standing here today, to the best of my ability. And that's it. To be clear, that's an estimate. I think the right projection is the right word, right? I still have change orders that are existing, and I don't know what other change orders might be coming, but there are change orders that are both adds and deducts that are still to come. But my best guess right now for your planning purposes, I am estimating that total at the bottom is about the projected final balance for your project.
Question for John.
Does this sheet make sense to everybody? Is this like a snapshot of everything that just took 20 minutes to go through that helped you, I hope? Yeah,
Yep.
you like it?
Yep.
Question? March, I'll be back, on March 16th. Just to be clear, doing that for plan purposes, March 17th is your meeting? Is that right?
16.
March 16th, sorry, Monday, March 16th, 6 o'clock, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How am I gonna do that? Never mind. Oh, I know how I'm doing that. Okay. So I'll be here again on March 16th to give you another update, and then I'll be here in the month of April as well.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome. Anything else? Okay.
Can I get a motion for number 3?
I just gotta pull it up again, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'd like to make a motion to authorize the mayor to sign a purchase order with Accent Commercial Furniture in the amount of $100,242.44 related to municipal facilities project phase 2 furnishings.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. George?
Yep.
Motion passes. I had one new business, piece I apologize, came in literally about 4 o'clock this afternoon. We had talked about going to a, electronic, time and attendance sheet. The police use Power EMS, Power Time. The department heads looked at it, all felt it would be good. We got some prices, we were very pleased with the price. It would cost us from now until June, when the fiscal years ends. Would be $180 more than we're paying today. It's $180 on top of our payment. So $184.20. And the installation, which is the setup for all the departments. Anyone who gets paid through the village, it would be $1,500 for that one time. That's a one-time setup.
And training.
And training, thank you.
How long is that?
It would take 60 days to implement, at the most.
And will there be a change to our submission as well?
I don't.
You said anyone that gets paid by the
Yeah, I
village.
don't know if we're on there.
Okay.
I don't think we are.
Okay.
So it'd be, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just let us know,
It'd be employee.
whatever it is, just let us know.
Will do. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion for passage of the power, the
EMS.
CMS
Power.
one for implementation as well as installation cost of $184. And $1,500 installation,
Second,
500 yearly.
No.
That would, yeah, the 500.
We don't do that.
Okay, I'll make the
George
500
second.
a year.
George, secondly. All in favor?
right,
Right. So everyone will be on the same payroll system now. throughout all the departments.
Think we will
This is
make
a time and attendance.
time and that would be. Any other business? Can I get a motion to adjourn?